Welcome, or welcome back, whichever one you are, every pony. Today I'm going over My Little Pony Season 9, Episode 20, A Horseshoe Inn. We start the episode off with the camera zooming into the School of Friendship and Starlight, watering a plant.
I'm gonna call you Phyllis.
Then Twilight interrupts her cutesy talk and announces that she's promoting Starlight to head mayor. This could be good. Starlight taking over a whole organization with ponies to talk to and tell the rules to. I would make a joke about how she enslaved a town, mind-controlled Twilight's friends, enraged innocent civilians, and went back in time to destroy everything everyone loved. But she's come a long way since then, and more than ever knows her mistakes, especially since the anger bottle episode. So, Starlight crushes every bone in Twilight's body with a huge hug like I do, and then, roll intro. So the scene opens back up to Starlight and Trixie walking along the hall, and Starlight wants Twilight's advice. Trixie has come a long way as well. She used to be a know-it-all, show-it-off, and she never really took into consideration others' feelings. But now she is a lot better, and we won't have any problems, right? Right? We get to Twilight trying to make a napkin swan.
Need a quick nap. Napkin!
Hey, play for ironic continuity.
Twilight, Rarity says you were supposed to be at the boutique 5 minutes ago for your second fitting for the coronation gown.
Ugh, how many fittings are there gonna be?
A lot, Twilight.
A lot?
Son of a...
Process to go through before you inevitably hire the best pony for the position?
Oh boy, Trixie's being the trope where someone does a whole complicated process, but in the end, it will be pointless and she will be the last one standing. Whereas Starlight is being serious. Ooh, this will be interesting. Cut to Starlight talking to possible future vice head mayors, and we have Big Mac, Octavia, Time Turner, Doctor Who's by the fans, and... Oh, this is going to be bad. Spoiled milk, Rich, this brat will not make a good anything except gold digger. Wait, hold up. That chart. Look at it.
Honestly, if you're looking for some pony to fundraise...
Shut up, Spoiled milk! We're talking about charts! When working on the MLP series, Lauren Voss implemented quite a bit of the Powerpuff Girls into it. The good Powerpuff Girls, not the reboot, which needs a boot. The CMC is a big example, as Apple Bloom as the bow wearer, Squeaky Belle is Bubbles, and Scootaloo is a tough one but not angry all the time. And here we see Starlight telling the participants how to be the Powerpuff Girls. Then we get Trixie boasting again. She may have come far, but her ego sure hasn't. So each of the participants show how well they can teach and how the students learn friendship. Some are actually pretty well suited, while others... not so much. We get a look at how Trixie's doing, and honestly, I actually relate to her. I'm not much of a history fan myself, but unlike her, I know I need it. I think. So then Starlight talks to Phyllis and lets Trixie move up. I'm starting to get a bottle-up vibe here. So now the remaining 4, should be 3, start parent-teacher conferences, and oh boy does this get out of hand fast. Especially since Big Mac can't say his usual catchphrase and Trixie's about to lay the smackdown on Grandpa Gruff. Honestly, just one more second and Starlight would have had a worse thing to deal with than Trixie's antics. So Starlight tries to explain what Trixie's doing wrong, but Trixie's as dense as a rock and doesn't get what she's being told through her head. And then we get the glorious return of classical dubstep music, and it is just as glorious as the first time. Dr. Who tries to talk about time travel and junk, but since there was a magic item that can do that in Sunset Shimmer's backstage pass, and there was a magic spell and Starlight's alteration of said spell, his form of doing time travel is, well, a waste of time. I can do the same thing with the chair he made with any old regular chair. Heck, Granny Smith's rocking chair can go through time better than his. So we get to see Trixie's field trip, and I have to say it's actually a good change for the whole field trip thing. Instead of going out, they bring it to them, much like what Wayside did with Mrs. Jules flooding her classroom. And they both seem to end the same way. Wait, hold on a second. I could chew Trixie out right now, but Starlight already does it. Starlight thinks over everything that happened, and Twilight gives her advice. This episode seems to be very similar to All Bottled Up. Starlight and Trixie seem to be having some interaction through the episode, Trixie causes aneurysms by her ego, and Starlight ends up exploding at the end and feeling upset. Both have the same context, but the morals are slightly different. One is about telling your friends how you feel so you don't blow up at them, and this one is where you have to tell your friends they suck so they don't mess anything else up. And then Sunburst gets last second screen time, and then...
In desperation.
Phyllis, no!
I'm sorry, I just find that funny, okay? So yeah, that was In a Horseshoe. The episode was similar to All Bottled Up, but it was actually still pretty entertaining in my opinion. Not my favorite episode, since anything season 6 and up is just a jumbled mess and the stories and plots seem to go downhill, but this episode is pretty okay. I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's entertaining enough to be season 1 through 5 viewable.